is nice, Max. That's nice. It's real fucking nice after, what, 17 years? Oh.
Something like that. It hasn't been 20, but it was like...
2003? Maybe 17, 18 years. Either way,
yeah.
This game, the Metroid series could easily vote in the time that it's taken between Metroid 4 and Metroid 5.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And don't get me wrong, I know we've gotten some other titles in between here and a couple of remakes, but man, is this game fucking overdue.
Yeah, it's overdue. You're right. Consider it's one of the flagship Nintendo titles from back in the day.
And it gets no love. Who hasn't
played Super Metroid?
It gets no love from Nintendo.
Like F-Zero, it's just like you're sitting on these properties that people really, and Star Fox, I would say as well. You know, although that's gotten some games.
Yeah,
it's fantastic games in these series, and
there's no bad Metroid title. I mean, the closest thing to a bad game they've made is Other M, and that was a separate studio. And then that weird like Federation Force that wasn't really a Metroid game. It was like a multiplayer.
That could have been anything. It was like a Halo multiplayer thing.
Yeah, with Metroid mechanics.
What is this gonna fit? Like it's Metroid.
But here we are now. The year is 2021, the greatest year in the history of the world, of course, because we got Metroid Dread. Obviously, I have played the shit out of this. I completely broke my oath not to touch it. But
that's fine.
But I have not beaten the final boss. I don't even know what the final boss looks like. I got to what is most definitely the end of the game, and then I just went back and went collecting, which is where my 84% items comes from. So, nice. You and I are gonna fight the final boss blind. Eventually.
Ugh, I love this. Even just the Samus head turning is nice.
I know. Mm-hmm. I love like what they have done to make this similar to previous entries. They give the text-driven synopsis of like what has happened so far. They also give kind of these cool flashback things here. So this was the beginning of Metroid Fusion, when Samus got infected with the X-Parasite. It's actually kind of nice that you and I, in the last, 3 or 4 years, did the entire 2D Metroid series.
Yeah, it was a nice recap.
Yeah, because and that was before you and I ever even knew Metroid Dread was going to be a thing, so clearly this is a series very near and dear to our hearts, so... And that's kind of cool. I like how they show, like, with, like, modern art style, the look of that game.
Yeah. I credit indie games for, showing you can have a complete game. You don't have to have voice acting. Or you don't have to have any of that stuff for it to be modern, even. Mm-hmm. This isn't like, oh, it's a throwback to old games. I mean, you could say that a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's definitely modern.
Yeah, this is just a natural continuation of the Metroid series. And what I love about it is, it shares elements in common with a lot of indie games, but only because indie games imitated Metroid,
Oh, so many of them.
Like, Metroid is so iconic that what a lot of people consider to be the side-scrolling indie formula is straight up just Super Metroid.
Oh, yeah.
Like, bar none. Even Symphony of the Night, which is, the progenitor of the Metroidvania style of games. Really, that was just Super Metroid with swords. Yeah. I mean, if we're being honest, it was a wonderful game, but yeah. So here we have literally a next generation version of the classic Metroid formula, but it's like you said, it doesn't feel like a side game or an indie game. To me, this is like the most pure, refined version of Metroid.
Yeah, and it seems like they're billing it as the sequel that it's supposed to be.
Yes, well, and actually, and I didn't know this, but they're actually concluding the original Metroid story arc with this game, and you kind of that sort of dawns on you as the game progresses. But so like Metroid 1 through 4 all tell the same story of Samus as she eradicated the Metroids, found the baby Metroid, got infected, and now all of that kind of, in a weird way, starts coming to a head here. So, like,
Gotcha.
don't get me wrong. It seems to me like they're still going to have plenty of room for, like, the Prime games and other Metroid-related properties, but it's kind of cool that after... When did the first Metroid come out? Like, 1986, 87? Like, the year we were born?
Or something.
Yeah, like 34 years it took them to tell this story. And granted, it should have taken them less than 20 because... You know, you literally had the entire lifespan of the series up to Metroid Fusion between Fusion and Dread.
Yeah,
like,
seriously.
Like you were hearing whispers of Metroid Dread when Metroid Prime came out. They just never got around to it, which really sucks. So at once I am thrilled because, I mean, 2 seconds into the gameplay and you're going to see, like, this is a absolutely worthy Metroid title. But at the same time, it should not have taken them this long. That doesn't in any way diminish the final product. It's just like, you know, Nintendo, don't keep us hanging almost 20 years between mainline entries again, please.
Yeah, and I know they had, what is it, the 3DS remake of Metroid 2.
Yes, and that actually, this game actually plays exactly like that. This game's gameplay would not be what it is were it not for that remake.
That's interesting.
It's really
you have
interesting.
the hook or whatever it is, that melee attack.
Mm-hmm. Which actually, it's like so organic and so fluid and like, it kind of makes me wonder what we ever did in the Metroid series without it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't introduce, like, an entirely new, like, melee combo system or anything like that. It doesn't make the run-and-gun gameplay any less pronounced. It just gives you a way out of close-quarters attacks.
Mm. She's having flashbacks, I'm assuming, right? I think
yes,
I missed...
so that was her,
okay.
So this is what happened when she entered the planet. This was her mission. And then as soon as she gets down here, she hops off the elevator, and then there's this asshole. And I won't say anything about him because you'll learn more about him as the game progresses. Oh no!
Chozo?
Yeah, he's a Chozo. This game has a lot to do with the Chozo. Which is kind of cool, because, you know, they're always like the shadowy, like, figures that hang over the whole series, but here you really get to interact with them.
It's kind of like, if it's going to end, you'd think it would focus on them a bit. Being there since the beginning, but, like, usually never the main focus.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of crazy to think that Nintendo literally wrote this check in 1988 or whatever, having no idea how they were ever going to cash it. I understand that, like, stories that take this long to tell, they don't go into it knowing what they're going to do, but it's still kind of cool to see something that was set up when we were infants pay off in this way.
Yeah.
When we're fucking old men.
They, I don't know. It seems, just looking at what I've seen from the gameplay, just very respectful to...
Yes.
And I know one of the main, I can't remember his name now, but one of the main brains behind Metroid isn't with us anymore. I think it was, like, after Super Metroid he died.
Oh,
actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Who are you thinking?
I'm gonna have to see who that is. I'm gonna, like, creative director or something. I'm gonna have to see who that. You know what? I'm gonna fucking Google that right now.
So another thing I will say about this game is that it is far and away the longest Metroid title.
Oh yeah.
It is big. It is ginormous.
Speaking of big, I was just gonna say, like, this singular room is, like, they don't have to break it apart like little room to little room. So
no, they don't. And nor do they a lot of times. In fact, like, when you go back item collecting, like, the sheer size of the map can almost be a little daunting. It is a chongus. But I am not complaining, because that's exactly what I wanted out of this. I wanted something, like, cryptic and borderline inaccessible that I can just peel the layers back on, and Nintendo delivered.
I've run a full analysis, but I cannot account for why you lost.
I'm also... I only read that one review. I'm very much hoping that this kind of goes back to the... I mean, Fusion felt that way, but kind of didn't as well. But going back to the isolation roots of Metroid.
Oh yeah, no, Fusion lacked that hardcore, in my opinion.
I have determined that you are somewhere within the depths of
so you do get the computer who kind of gives you the narrative beats and gives you like kind of a vague goal. But fortunately, they do not, like, open your map and give you, like, the little flashy point where you need to go.
Yeah.
It's like, they give you, like, a nebulous goal, like, find a weapon to fight the robots, and then it's like, okay, I guess I'm gonna fucking dig into this planet and try to find a weapon.
location is marked on your global map.
Yeah, like right here. This is kind of funny.
Pockets of low temperature. Your Metroid DNA renders you vulnerable to such environments. Spending time in cold areas will be harmful to you.
Sure it
There
will.
are many such.
I just realized that's Adam.
Yes, yeah.
Do not enter the
I also like how
Metroid
the
box.
color scheme of her default suit in this one literally looks like a Metroid.
Underground interferences.
The red,
that's
green, and
interesting.
blue. Yeah.
Check in with me at any network stations you find.
It's cool that they stuck with the... I mean, the blue is very reminiscent of...
Fusion, yeah.
Fusion, yeah.
It's like a hybrid. It's like she's cured. It's not like stuck to her body anymore, but she like kept parts of it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a hybrid.
That's what I was thinking, that it definitely changed her.
Right.
Like,
But anyway.
there's no going back from that all the way.
So there's your ship, and it makes it seem like, okay, objective number 1, get to your ship. You don't, like, I'm at the end of the game, you've never seen your ship.
Oh, I'm thinking, so it wasn't like the main person. It would really seem like there was a few people who were behind Metroid, but I'm thinking of Gunpei Yokoi.
Oh, really? Okay.
Who basically, as far as I know, invented the Game Boy.
Yes.
But I think he was instrumental in Metroid, and oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Also, this gameplay, it's just quick.
Yes.
It
It
is
is
just quick
60
and smooth.
FPS, and it never slows down.
Mhm.
Like, you get battles with, like, that are basically like bullet hell fights, and it does not slow down.
But
at all.
like, look how those things chase you. Like, it is not. It'll fly across the screen. Like, it is like you're quick and they're quick. I like that.
Right. Yes, thank you. Tutorials. So instead of like the open and closed circles to show you that an item is somewhere on the map, instead they make a small portion of it blink if there's a hidden
Gotcha.
item. So it's kind of Super Metroid-esque, but vague enough to keep it interesting. Here's where we encounter our first Emmy.
I feel like this is the from E3 trailer.
Mm-hmm. And by the by, this is precisely why we're including this as a Spoopy October game, is because these parts of the game literally cross over into survival horror for me.
Yeah. I mean, one of these things, there's kind of that robotic body horror.
Yes.
That it just kind of like bends over itself, and that's not the same one from the trailer though. That's interesting. Okay. Oh God.
Correct. This one's broken. Like it's almost destroyed already. So it's a good like tutorial boss. Now, you're pretty much meant to almost always fail those, because you just want to avoid them.
That's like a last ditch.
Right.
Mash
And
the buttons
sometimes-
with Scissor Man,
Right. And sometimes you'll get lucky and nail it, but most of the time you won't.
and you'll just die.
Yep.
Wow.
Absolutely. Like encounters with these things are meant to be death.
That's great.
And they basically
So somewhat.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, I was gonna say so somewhat difficult, as far
Yes.
as the. Okay.
In fact, some of the later ones that you encounter are almost maddeningly difficult.
I like that.
Me
It's,
too. It gives
you want
it
to
a
feel like
sense
you
of-
really you did something. You accomplished something.
You're absolutely right. It does give you so they give you like the Omega cannon, but as soon as you use it on an Emmy, it deactivates. But it's how you kill them. So basically every single one of these robots gets their own portion of the map. And then once you make your way across that portion of the map, you find one of those eyeball things that gives you the blaster cannon, and then you can take them out and explore the whole map.
Oh, so I see what you're saying. It's like done now.
Correct. So now I have this part of the map open to explore without the fear of death.
Okay.
But, fortunately there's not a whole lot to explore here, so we'll keep moving. Also, I am in...
Wow, this game's quick.
Yes.
I'm like it.
Yeah, in no way, shape, or form am I going to do anywhere close to a 100% run through here. One, because that would essentially double the length of the game for this playthrough. And two, I want you to actually, enjoy it for yourself when you get to play it.
And three, I'm aware of imagining that we probably wouldn't find 100%. Like, after a little while, it'd be probably very difficult. Well, I mean, I guess there are the flashing things, so...
Yeah.
You'd think eventually you'd get it, but yeah, that'd probably take a long time.
Though I will say I've noticed there's some items that are so well hidden that the flashing thing does not help you, or sometimes they don't even give you the flashing thing.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure if that's a glitch or like you're meant to stumble across it organically, and I just didn't.
I think it's just like super secret. Like, yeah, we'll give you most of the secrets, but some are just super secret.
But
why not?
And I miss that from the Super Nintendo days, like super secrets.
Yeah, that when you discover something by accident and you feel like, holy shit, what is this? Yeah.
Right.
That's actually what I liked about Axiom Verge, is it just had some weird secrets, and it actually changes their location every time you every time you play a new save. And that was really cool.
And already I've forgotten what the hell I'm doing.
That's your second playthrough.
As you can see, though, I've played a little bit of the combat here and know what I'm doing.
You're pretty comfortable with that melee combo.
Here we go. I'm dumb. Oh, save points. Yes. Ooh. Okay, so my one and only gripe with this game, the save points are wrong. I know different planets have different save points, but I missed I would have loved the Super Metroid. Whoa, 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 whoa. And I know I'm being a total spoiled brat because here I've got fucking Metroid Dread, but
a little bit. But
that would have been great. That would have been a cool thing for them to do.
Oh.
Yeah, so another thing that this game does, which is really unique, is the map physically transforms a lot. Like, entire areas have, like, ice and fire themes and other shit going on. It's crazy. All right, so here's the first real Emmy. So this whole portion of the map belongs to the Emmy.
So you're always going to be hunted, basically.
Correct. As long as I'm in here, as long as I'm in, like, that weird Matrix door, I'm going to be hunted. So you basically just have to be fast. It's almost like a combination of stealth and parkour.
I'm going to... Oh, go ahead.
You've got to, like, weave your way through the environment to get the hell away from them as soon as they see you. And if you're, like, even a little bit slow, they will catch you. This first one isn't as bad, but yeah.
Samus.
No, no, no.
Oh my God.
See what I mean? They're just relentless. They come at you.
Also, I'm assuming this is like pretty much every game but Super Metroid in the series, where once you wall jump, it just puts you in a direction. You can't really wall jump on the same wall.
Correct. Oh yeah,
Super Metroid was kind of broken in that way.
Yeah,
it was the only one you could do that.
Where you could like boomerang back and like wall jump even higher.
Yeah. The timing was definitely a little tight, but it wasn't extremely difficult by any means. So once you were good at it, you could get so many places. Yeah. But I'm definitely okay with that. It was a little broken. So
another thing you probably just noticed: there's so many missile tanks in this game that most of them only boost your missiles by 2.
Oh, okay.
So like all that really means is that there's just a ton more to find. And I will say, there are some extremely clever ones hidden throughout the map, like the most clever I've seen since Super.
Essentially, upon detecting vibrations, an enemy enters surveillance mode to track their source. Stay out of its line of sight when this happens. Otherwise, the danger to you increases dramatically.
Yes, sir.
Enemy that has seen you will begin pursuit. Part of the pursuit protocol is to seal the enemy zone exits. You will be trapped inside.
Yes, sir.
To survive, you must leave its range of pursuit. Evade the enemy, and it will disengage. This will also unseal the exits.
Yes, sir.
He never leaves its assigned zone.
He talks at you a lot at the beginning, then about halfway through the game, he pretty much shuts up.
I estimate 99% probability of death if an enemy captures you. There may be a very small opportunity.
I think that's literally correct. I think you have to be like within the 1% time frame to nail that counterattack. That's what it feels like, anyways. It is hard.
You've done it?
Yeah, a couple times.
Capture and find an exit. Your highest priority in an enemy zone should be simply to survive.
Welcome to Spoopy October.
I'm definitely liking it so far.
Yeah, I have very few complaints. Like so much so that I can't really even think of them right now, because even after basically playing this game nonstop for 3 days, it's just such a joy to play. Oh, that's right, you don't get the more... Oh, there's another interesting thing about this one. You know how,
What's
like,
that?
In every Metroid game, like, you start the game and you get the fucking morph ball, right?
Usually, like, the first item, yeah.
Yeah. This game makes you wait till about a quarter of the way through before you've got the morph ball.
Oh. Well, I like that, subverting expectations.
It really does. And it makes you navigate things differently. Let's see here. Can't go through that door. Can't go through that door. Where do I want to go? Emmy rooms are really stressful. I think I want to go down here.
Wait, so how can you tell right now it's an Emmy room? Or you just remember?
There's the... Well, you've entered in through one of these doors. And then also the... there's that, like, lighting effect.
Okay,
and there on the radar, that red dot, that's the Emmy. So right now, he's coming at me pretty good.
Okay, so that glowy kind of... I get you.
Yes.
My God. Okay, so I never would have guessed. Like, I mean, I got this from, what do you call it? From the trailer at E3, but it seems like it's such a common thing. It sounds like you're saying, like, throughout the game, that it's basically Metroid with, like, a prowler mechanic. Like,
correct.
And that sounds like something you and I, like, 10 years ago to today would have been like, wouldn't it be cool,
right?
If they had a Metroid game, but like just to lend to the horror vibe,
like something persistent is chasing you. Yeah,
some kind of... So what do you call that? I mean, obviously like Scissor Man
or Mr. X or
Mr. X, things like that.
Yeah, and they do deliver well. Like it's not so overwhelming that it like consumes the game, but those sections are super unique and pronounced. Like when you get to them, they're the most memorable parts of the game.
Because if it's all the time, it's not completely Metroid anymore. Right. You know, you do want that sense of you can take your time to explore a little bit and everything. So it seems like it's striking a nice balance.
It is, yeah. It's. I would say it's probably the most balanced game Nintendo's ever made. It really is. Like, it is. It can be punishingly difficult at parts, but you never feel, with one exception that I can think of, like it's the game's mechanics that are the problem. Like it's always you. Just get a little better and try again. And they also, like, particularly in the boss fights, they make it so that they give you checkpoints that are like right in front of where you started with the boss.
Okay.
So that's nice. Like you just
dialogue,
hop right back
continue,
in.
yeah.
Yep. And just do a little better each time until you get them.
Cool. That's how difficulty should be, now that we're not in the era of quarters anymore.
Exactly, yeah. The only thing that I can think of that is a game mechanic that is kind of frustrating is, strangely enough, the space jump / screw attack timing is a little weird. And
okay.
Granted, it's always been a little bit weird, but when they've altered the combat to be much more focused on twitch reflexes, it's more noticeable. Like when you have to nail, like there's this one boss, and you'll know him when we get to him, that you have to do the space jump on like a dime. It's difficult, and
okay.
like not. Like, I feel like I hit the button, but the game feels otherwise. Ooh, I missed.
Ooh.
I missed. It's okay. We're going to be okay. That was a little sloppy.
Damn, that took some energy.
Yeah, sometimes when you miss, it's they let you know you've missed.
They'll punish.
Yeah. They punish you.
I think it's really cool that, I don't know if this game has like a more difficulties, like easy mode, hard mode, things like that.
I don't know.
But
anytime again.
Then the Switch has no shortage of games, you know, when you consider the indie games, the downloadables. So for first party Nintendo titles, I know Metroid is a storied franchise, but I wouldn't say this is necessarily playing it safe for a first-party title, especially given the difficulty.
Oh no!
Oh jeez.
We'll try that again here. I'm gonna get me some health.
So I think it's cool that they still will use the resources to make games like this, and not just relegate it to, oh yeah, we can have we'll hire like Inti Creates or something to make like a classic Metroid game. Which, hey, Inti Creates, I love them. You know,
yeah.
I'm sure they'd do a good job with it. But Nintendo was like, no, we gotta do the Nintendo quality, you know.
Right. The thing about those studios is that even when they're really, really good, their whole
Whoa! How did?
Ooh, I nailed it.
Holy shit!
That was rare. What you just saw was super rare. Their whole job is to basically make a game that feels like it was made by Nintendo.
Yeah. And the thing is like, I don't know, Nintendo does have a feel, but Nintendo also innovates a lot too.
Yes. And I think that oftentimes goes underappreciated in these kinds of titles. Like, when's the last time Nintendo innovated with a Metroid?
Okay.
Oh, you fucker.
This is stressful.
It is. It's extremely stressful because you know, like, he sees you. And there never comes a point. Damn it! There never comes a point in the game where you're like so powerful that you can take them.
Yeah.
Like, it's all about getting to that blaster and wiping them out before you get wiped out. Okay.
Oh, what's that?
Health station.
Oh, okay.
Which is another carryover from Super Metroid. Like, there's health and ammo stations scattered around, so...
Yeah.
If you... So actually, like, one thing you'll see me do is not use missiles as often as I should, just because, like, I'm still playing it like Super Metroid.
You're in Super Metroid mode?
Right. But here they do give you a lot of these stations. Like, you're meant to use missiles a lot more than I do. Like there's some enemies that are just like bullet sponges, and I have to just remind myself, oh yeah, missiles would probably be good. Like that guy.
Yeah. Although it is kind of nice to just like... That's how I play too.
Yes. Yeah, it is satisfying. Oh, fuck you. I think we're getting the charge beam. Boom.
Nice.
interestingly enough, that's your first upgrade.
An early upgrade, usually.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, how was camping?
Camping was a lot of fun, actually. It was, I haven't been primitive camping in many years. So, like for our anniversary this year, we did do, camping. We rented an RV, and, had the fire and everything like that. But it definitely, we had a big electric outlet where the RV was hooked up, and we spent a lot of our time in there,
Okay, cool.
So this was definitely like the primitive camping where you're like, we went to Bloomington, Illinois.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Well, actually, it's not. It's close to Bloomington, Illinois, but it basically a lot of forest.
Yeah,
and
I actually know the area really well. Sarah's aunt and uncle live there.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah. So we were. Oh, geez. I'm trying to think of. Can't even remember the name of the place, but basically, it's very much so. Like, there's like no electricity or anything like that. There's one outhouse between like 14 different camping sites, but it's and it definitely does not feel crowded. Like you barely hear anyone. Usually you don't hear anyone because you're just kind of in your own secluded area with trees around. Yeah, so there's a little bit of a clearing, but you're surrounded by trees, and it definitely just feels like you are out in nature. So it was
if I'm gonna go camping, like I don't want like the camping parks where you're like you have like next door neighbors in tents or RVs next to you. I want something that feels secluded.
Yeah, so it definitely felt like we could disconnect a little bit, and we went with the polypod, so we were able to just chat and act stupid, and have a lot of fun.
That's cool.
Get some drinks, get kind of blazed, and just have fun. Yeah, it was nice. And I gotta say, like, I was like, okay, camping, I can do this. Like the last time I went like primitive camping, I did not have the resources available to make it very comfortable. I never knew, like, most of the pod is pretty well versed in camping. So they're like, you got to get a mat, like a sleeping mat.
Right.
So sleeping mats, like, I didn't even know that existed. And yeah, it makes it so much better when you're not sleeping on a bumpy cold ground. Like, it makes it so much more comfortable sleeping in a tent. It's like, oh, I can actually do this for a few nights.
Yeah, imagine that.
But yeah, definitely spent some money getting, a portable toilet.
Cool.
A new sleeping bag that, was not like my crappy rectangular one that barely keeps you warm. A nice, legit sleeping mat, things like that. So.
Oh, I am so fucked. I am so fucked. I am so fucked. Oh no. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wow. Run away, not today, San Saren.
Remember how I said I love this game? I fucking hate this game sometimes. Holy shit. Okay, let's So I want to get there, and I forget how to do it. Let's see. There's a couple charge beam doors here that should make that clear.
Oh, is that? What are those? I've seen some of the walls have like a blue thing. Is that something? Like, can you stick to that, or?
Yes.
Okay.
That'll be coming up here soon. Missile tank.
Is this still the same area?
Yes.
Okay.
You're just getting to kind of a heat area where you're not going to be able to access it without the Varia suit.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh. Gotcha.
There it is.
Oh, I'm assuming you need an item then. Okay.
Yep, just a little bit. Oh, there's one other minor complaint that I have about this game. Is that the beginning areas are all like sort of these damn it.
Are they generic looking? Or...
Yes, they're all like pseudo-industrial looking areas for like a long time. Eventually,
I can imagine for me, it would be easy to get lost in the beginning portion, it looks like.
Yeah, eventually, like 2 or 3 of the like major areas you do start to get more variety, and it looks more organic, which is where I really like Metroid, when it feels like you're in these like cavernous places,
just alien planets.
Yeah, right.
Obviously alien
this
here.
This kind of feels like you're exploring a warehouse a little bit.
Yeah, on an alien planet.
On an alien planet, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not like fucking Pandora or something, you know? Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Wait, what was that? Fuel
flow.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'll open up these red doors, and that's how I get down to that thing. I got a feeling about you. I was right. Oh, I need the Morphball.
When did you get an energy tank? I missed that.
That was a little bit ago.
Oops.
That was ages ago. Mm-hmm. You're about 400 years too slow for me. What anime
Do you ever
is
watch,
that?
I'm thinking of like Terminal Montage, if you ever watch any of his videos. He does like a lot of Smash Bros related stuff, but it almost always Nintendo stuff. And he has like personalities for people, so like Fox is always like dashing around, and there's a sound of a GameCube joystick always following him, like it's some melee player like moving him around. Mario is kind of nuts, and he'll like jump through dimensions and jump through time,
of course,
by yahooing backwards.
Yahoo!
And he's like a psychopath.
Yeah,
they're pretty. I'll send you a video. They're pretty funny.
Did I tell you I started watching, of all things, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
What? Really?
Yeah.
Are you serious? Okay.
Yeah, just randomly started watching it on Netflix. I just got to the beginning of what everyone considers to be the best one, Stardust Crusaders.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That's just a weird show, man.
It's fucking weird, and like I don't think it wants to be weird. That's what I can't get over. Like I don't dislike it. I'm having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But like even now, I can't figure out if it's trying to be satire or not.
That's the thing, is that it is satire apparently,
okay,
but it takes itself so seriously that it doesn't feel like satire.
Well, like the whole character of Dio in the first season is just like, no, you can't be fucking serious with this guy. But you're right, it never breaks character, and I respect it for that. Like I gotta give him kudos. Like, that's a hard act to pull off.
So you said you're just kind of in the beginning of Stardust Crusaders?
Yes, I was just in. I'm there. They got on the plane is where I'm at.
Okay, yeah, I'm obviously not going to spoil anything. I feel like that from the beginning of the series, starting in Stardust Crusaders, there's just kind of a shift for sure.
Okay, yeah, sorry, go on.
So like the stands,
yes,
the stands are forever now. The stands. The series.
Okay, so the main characters aren't the ones doing like the bulk of the fighting; it's their stands.
Yeah, and sometimes it's a little interesting because they'll take some liberties and you'll see the characters like almost flying or something.
Right.
And it's like they're being like lifted by their stands. The stands are like boosting them, things like that. And they won't always animate that. So yeah, it's almost like the power of their spirit, you know.
Right. Yeah.
That kind of thing.
That's kind of what I got from it.
Yeah, and I learned to like the stands, but it actually took me a while. Stardust Crusaders is my favorite as well, but it definitely wasn't at first.
Okay.
It just took a little bit to be like, wait, is Hammond just gone forever? Like,
Harmon, yeah, or Hammond, Harmon,
whatever. Yeah, you pretty much just never see it again.
The one thing that I really couldn't get used to was Johnny Young Bosch in season 1 trying to do an English accent.
Who did he play?
Jonathan Joestar.
Oh, are you watching it dubbed?
Yes.
Okay.
I think Netflix technically you can change it to Japanese, but by the time I remembered that, I was far enough in that that wasn't going to happen.
I don't know if I messed with settings at some point, but most things just start subbed for me.
Yeah.
But then every once in a while, there's things like High Score Girl definitely started out as a dub.
Okay.
And that's how I watched it.
Yeah, me too. And now I can't watch it in the Japanese now because their English voices are canon for me.
Yeah, me too. And I did rewatch it with the Japanese voices, and I was like, okay, this is definitely different. And it's they say different things slightly sometimes, so it's definitely worth it to watch it both ways. But yeah, the voices, like you said, they're canon. That's Yakuji's voice,
and that's actually the only thing that's really throwing me off so far about Stardust Crusaders is
holy shit.
they changed Joseph's voice. He's not English anymore.
Joseph? Yeah, well, Joseph lives in America, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but he for the whole of season 2, he had an English accent, and now that he's an old man, he talks like you and me.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I guess they just didn't invite the voice actor back, or maybe it was a while between seasons or something, but yeah.
That's funny.
Well, like, I almost forget who he is sometimes because he speaks so differently.
He is very different.
And I got used to him. Like, at first I didn't like him because, he replaced Jonathan, who was the only protagonist up to that point. But then by the end of that season, I was like, oh man, Joseph, you get to hang out as old man Joseph now. But it's not the same because of his voice.
Also, he's more of a, I don't know, you do get the glimpses of, like, where he's just a clown, basically.
Yeah, because, like, he can't be as badass as Jotaro, who's the main character. So they've got to do something different with him.
Oh yeah, and the main characters are definitely, there's big differences, and like Jotaro is like the badass for sure.
So now I can climb those blue walls as you.
Cool.
I'll go down here though first. Yeah, I like I said, I like it. It's just it took me a season and a half to like figure out if I should actually be invested in the plot or if it's just a throwaway for them to do all these over-the-top fights. And the answer is kind of both.
It's both.
It absolutely does take itself seriously, but at the same time, like, you'd be forgiven for just enjoying the flashy, over-the-top action sequences.
Yeah, and I think
that's what the games, or that's what the series is mainly about.
Really, the author is just a flashy kind of person. I think he's gay, but I'm not sure. But he definitely
that would explain a lot of his character designs.
Yeah, he really likes drawing muscular men, but
he enjoys the male anatomy. That's for damn sure.
For sure. And I think as the comic went on, he just leaned more into it, and as society changed, leaned more into it. And this is just me guessing. But you can see it in the seasons that he starts embracing that more. You know?
Yeah.
And he by the fifth season, I guess you'll call it. I know Netflix does it weird, like the first and second arcs are one season.
Or technically season 1, they call it, right? Yeah.
By like I guess the fifth arc, you could call it. He just totally embraces everything he loves. Like he's obsessed with Italy, and so it takes place in Italy.
Okay. So the part where I like actually had to pause the show and just have like a good hearty belly laugh.
I think I know, but go ahead.
In season 2, the Joseph has trained his Harmon. He's ready to take on these three assholes who have been tormenting him for the entire season, and they challenge him to a Roman style chariot race.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
I actually thought you were going to say something else. Just the character of season 1, the Italian character. I can't remember his name.
The
teaches Haman.
Yeah, the dude in the white suit, and then Caesar is his grandson.
Caesar's his grandson.
Caesar was much more memorable.
Ridiculous.
But yeah. Oh my gosh! But no, the Roman style chariot race. Like, can you imagine these like unknowable, like ancient civilization, like meta humans? They challenge him to a Roman style chariot race.
I mean, what could be more manly? I think that's what it is. It's just like we're gonna do the manliest shit, or what we consider at least. Damn. Okay, so something humongous like that, can you deflect that, or is it like no, you just get the fuck out of the way?
You get the fuck out of there. Fuck you.
I do like the idea when games do something like a parry mechanic, and you can parry pretty much everything, but it gets a lot more difficult.
You can parry anything with the yellow light.
Okay.
The nice thing is, too, like, every boss presents a challenge. And, like, no matter how powerful you get, like, the bosses up the ante with you. So, like, by the time you get, like, the plasma beam, this guy would be a chump, you know? But
yeah.
But for the first boss in the game, he's tough. Because you have so little resources available to you.
Oh, there you go. Mm. Oh.
Hope she doesn't hit my weak point.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about this. I've seen this boss fight because they did it in the treehouse.
Right.
But yeah, most of this is new to me, and I'm thinking what I've seen has all been this first area because everything I've seen was
everything that they showed off in the demos I've noticed has been from the very opening. Like so much of this game was a huge surprise to me.
And I have not spoiled myself on anything, so I'm looking forward to it.
That's cool. Yeah, my recommendation is play it as quick as you can. It's so freaking good. Don't slide under my butthole.
I was a little confused what you were looking at. Oh fuck.
Yeah. These are basic. Like if you land those counters, those are basically just free hit scenarios. Oh, I'm out of my missiles. Oh. Gotta focus. Need more missiles. Oh, there's a missile. 5 missiles. Thank you. Oh, shit. Oh. Problem is, his fucking tail. It's so hard to hit that thing at a certain angle.
Oh.
Oh, shit. What's he gonna do? That's what he's gonna do. Oh, no! I fucked it up. That's not good. That's not good. Oh, I am boned.
Wow.
There we go. We're good. We're good. We got him. I love these parts where Samus just goes like total badass. Like, okay, you and I are done.
That's awesome.
I know. They absolutely refuse to downplay Samus at all in this game. Like, she is the exact opposite of the I almost,
Other M.
Yeah, I feel like this game was kind of made to counteract the image from Other M.
Almost an apology.
Yeah, right. She's like almost totally silent, and you know, she just has a whole lot of moments like that.
Yeah.
Though again, overall,
that's how Samus should be.
Yeah. And overall, like, the narrative of Other M was kind of heart garbage, but the game itself I actually enjoyed.
Yeah,
like
and I've never played it myself.
It wasn't like the abomination that people made it out to be.
Well, we talk about innovating, and I think sometimes it could almost be simplistic, but it tried something very different.
Yeah.
You know, 2.5D, you don't see a whole lot of that anymore.
And granted, it did kind of hurt your fingies to do it with the D-pad, but overall, it worked very well for what the original Wii was. I mean, that was...
I was about to say, and that game was a Wii remote-only play, right?
Correct. Couldn't give me a single missile.
Seriously.
You there. Missiles. No? Okay.
Not even energy.
Not even a little bit. Well, I'm at full energy, which is usually where they start dropping missiles.
I guess they'll not, yeah.
There's a missile. Alright.
Now, from the beginning of the game, does the energy and stuff fly towards you?
Yes.
I'm trying to remember.
They just made that all like automatic in this one.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, it makes it a lot less tedious, and you know, like you don't have to jump halfway across the screen just to get your necessary power-ups.
Yeah, it almost never added challenge, just tedium. Yeah. So.
Right. Yep. Let's see.
I'm just trying to remember. I feel like maybe AM2R did that, but I don't think Fusion or what do you call it did.
No, Fusion didn't. AM2R, you had to charge your beam to suck them all to.
Oh, that's right. That was a thing.
Which wasn't a bad compromise. I enjoyed that. It was the same as Prime, basically. The cool thing about AM2R, because it was a fan game, they really got to marry all of the best aspects of every Metroid game.
Yeah, and it was interesting putting the Prime stuff in there, like
yes,
and then of course the maneuverability of Fusion and Zero Mission,
right, and that's cranked up to 11 here, as you can see.
Yeah.
Shazbot, where do I want to go? Let's see here. I have the invisible Majigger. I'm
gonna guess this map is a lot bigger than other maps.
No.
In the series.
Nope.
No? It's about the same?
Nope. Oh, wait, you mean like the overall map in this game?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it's ginormous. But like this isn't just like huge because it's the opening area. There are some smaller ones, but most of them are this size, if not bigger.
Yeah, I think it's because Samus is very maneuverable.
Right. Yeah, you can get around a lot faster. Yeah, you absolutely do get around a lot faster. Okay, I guess I do have to go that way. Owie.
Oh.
What do you got for me?
Alright, Adam.
Oh, no, it's just a save point at this point.
Oh, it's just okay.
I'm gonna try up here. Still no morph ball, Chris. I won't get anything ice related for quite a while. Yeah, so this is the part that I played on Friday, and I think I stopped like right about here after the first boss, thinking to myself, okay, and then I'll pick it up again Monday with Max. That lasted about 12 hours.
It makes me happy though, because it means that the game is delivering what you want. You know?
Okay. So, where am I supposed to go?
This is one of those parts where you don't have a whole lot of clues on what to do.
No. Which is great. That's Metroid at its best.
That's Metroid.
There it is. Okay. Yeah, that is absolutely what you want from your Metroid. Went the wrong way. Yeah, no, that is absolutely when I feel like Metroid is at its best. When you're just like making your way through the world, slowly figuring out what resources you have to progress a little bit further.
Yeah.
That is the best.
And the first playthrough is definitely a lot of retreading, which is fine. Because again, it is so quick.
Right.
It never...
Yeah, for as much backtracking as there is in this game, it doesn't feel either forced or unwarranted. Like, you want to go back and explore a little bit more. Because in every single area, like, you see all of these things that are, like, just barely out of your grasp. And it's, like, tantalizing you. And so, like... And then you move on to the next area, and so it's, damn it, Chris, pay attention when you're talking. There we go. And so you're like, oh man, I wish I got to spend just a little bit more time in whatever area. Oh, you will.
Yeah, that's the mark of a good Metroidvania game, is it teases you to come back.
Yeah, like you don't get tired of exploring it.
Yeah, as soon as it feels like a slog, it's just like, maybe I'll pick this up another day, whatever.
Yeah, right. And for all of the Metroidvanias that have come out that are like tributes to Super Metroid, I would say probably about half of them fall into that trap where they like try to make their worlds so cryptic that they forget to inject any personality into them.
Yeah.
The notable exception to that rule, I would say, is Hollow Knight. Like, Hollow Knight was an indie game and a Metroidvania that actually did it as good as a Metroid game.
Okay, yeah, I still gotta... I've played Hollow Knight. I still need to give it a chance. Like, I'm literally... an hour into it.
Okay.
Not very far.
Hollow Knight is phenomenal. It's probably one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, nice.
It's
Right.
that good. It's probably it's maybe the only indie to make that list too. Like it's that good. And you know, you don't need me to tell you it's good. Like there's a whole fan base that'll tell you how freaking good it is.
That's like me and Celeste, where there's a huge fan base for Celeste. You know, so it's not like no one else's favorite game.
Yeah,
but
it's
so
hardly
good.
like my secret little, you know, guilty pleasure game. It's every bit as good as people say it is. Nailed that jump. Come here, you.
You played Ori and the Blind Forest, right?
I played through part of it, so no.
Okay.
In no way, shape, or form have I even come close to beating that game.
Okay, so you didn't start the sequel?
No, I refuse.
Okay.
I refuse to play it without having played the first one, which I am
Totally get it. Okay,
aware they're both awesome.
They're fairly different.
Yeah, I've heard that.
As far as the gameplay.
I've heard 2 focuses much more on combat.
I like 2.
You like 2, okay.
Yeah. And it's a good Metroidvania game for sure. But yeah, that's one day you'll get there. I'll get to Hollow Knight.
Yep. Dude, we've got so many games that we've started on this freaking channel. One of these days we'll finish Ocarina of Time and not to know what to do with ourselves.
Yeah, well, there's I was gonna say Diddy Kong Racing.
Oh my
actually,
God,
no,
that.
that game. Yeah.
Remember our friend BM?
Awful. Yeah.
Yeah, he almost threw my Nintendo 64 out of a second-story window playing that game. Like, I had to literally talk him down. I'm like, dude, you gonna buy me a new 64? Is that what we're doing tonight?
Dude, what is it about racing games that, like,
that particular racing game, though?
If you've played F-Zero GX, there's this mission mode. It's the closest thing to, like, a story mode there is or something.
Uh-huh.
Some of it is fucking impossible. Like, it's...
Nintendo racing games are legit, yeah.
Yeah, I'm convinced no one's actually beaten it ever. Like, F-Zero X was different. GX, though, was like the official challenges were like fucking horrible.
Yeah. I
F-Zero
don't
X
really
didn't really
remember
have
too
that.
much of that, but I do remember it could be a beast.
Hmm.
But dude,
Actually, I don't know
fucking
which
Diddy
one of those
Kong Racing
games-
like almost ruined a friendship. Like that was just, he was just like screaming, "Fuck Whizpig! Fuck Whizpig!"
Whizpig was a cheap ass bitch.
And then there's that like stupid clock face character, and like he was just actually ready to ruin my Nintendo 64 over it.
Oh my god.
Oh, Max, this has been the first episode of Metroid Dread, and I'll leave it to you for the final word. What are your initial thoughts?
My initial thoughts: 1, I love that Samus can wail on a guitar like that. 2, I love how quick it is. The game is smooth like butter. Yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. So I'm excited to get it, pretty soon here.
Oh yeah. Sorry, what were you saying? We'll see you next time, Max.
All right, see you then.